Hey everyone, so welcome back to my channel today, and we are doing a brand new Sims 2 video because today I thought it'd be really fun to go back to my lovely town of Pleasantview, which is a town that is not so pleasant, but I low-key love a lot that I continue to play it and stir chaos and drama like it's a telenovela on a Sunday afternoon in the wintertime because those are fun to watch. So I'm pretty sure you've all seen this house before, but if you haven't seen it, I will link the speed build down below in the description along with playlists of my rotational gameplay of the series in Pleasantview because I'm telling you, 2.5 years of deep playthrough and history that I have hold that I cannot wrap in this video. But for the time being, I have been playing with Mary Sue Pleasant for quite some time, and in my playthrough of Mary Sue, she has done quite a lot when it comes to her relationships, her housing situation, alongside with who she talks to, who she doesn't talk to, even her careers, because I had her actually retire as a student council member at level 5 and join the education career as a substitute teacher at level 3, because not only is she not a people person, she's not a people pleaser either, and she doesn't really like kids enough to really be there and stay there that long for a very long time. And so that's why I thought a substitute teacher was a good idea for her. Now, with Mary Sue, with her like skills and everything, she has a very high creativity skill and a somewhat high in logic and charisma. So I'm having her actually become a seamstress or like some type of like sewing machine, sewing master of making clothes for a living. And one day, hopefully, most likely to open up her own store to like sell clothing that she has made and then pass down that deed to her kids. Now, at the moment, she doesn't really have a lot going for her when it comes to her like connections. And I'm pretty sure with all of her aspiration points that she has here, she does have a lot of like fortune knowledge when it comes to investing, and, you know, financial advice and like stuff like that. She's like, she knows how to negotiate a pricing deal. But for her work though, I kind of want her to have a secondary like prominent skill when it comes to working. But I don't think that's really for her. But it would help her to have friends in high places, so that could help her along the way. So I think I'm gonna go down this route for her. So I'm gonna actually go over here and go to the phone, subscribe to Film and Literature, and then call a service so we can adopt a cat. Because I feel like Mary Sue just needs something in her life to like have a like sense of stability, you know, something that keeps her on her toes, keeps her energized, keeps her, you know, excited about life. I don't know, this is hard, really hard, you know. Honestly, we'll go with the one that's more expensive, which we're gonna get Heidi. Let's get Heidi. Joe, I need to have you go over here. Take Angela home. Where? Take Angela where? No stinking way. At the corner of my eye, I did not see this happen. So the way I play my Sims 2 game is like very sporadic and very weird, but I did not expect Angela, of all people, to show up at her mom's house. Ooh, okay, so she's here. I guess we're not going to go see her father then. We'll do that tomorrow. But let's talk a little bit. Let's talk about travels, and then we're gonna talk just see what she's up to. I was going to go to her house the other day, but I just didn't really know if she was ever gonna be here or not. So maybe this gives us hope. Let's go and tell a story about arts, because Angela does love the arts a lot. Let's feed our other kid. Let's go and fill the bowl. Ooh, they don't really like each other that much. They have a really negative relationship. I feel so bad of like having. You okay? That was so weird. Like, are you okay? You're having a coughing fit over here. Well, then that's interesting. Well, maybe we can. Oh, you still hate Angela. You still hate Mary Sue. Oh no. Oh, I forgot. Here's the thing, besties. Joe is a sleazy scumbag sim that I don't like at all. Because not only Mary Sue brought this a problem herself anyway. But nonetheless, what I found so funny about Joe is when he got engaged to Mary Sue, they were in love. They loved each other so much that they got married later on. And Joe had one thing led to another. He became friends with Cara Buckingham. And Cara Buckingham is like a person that he knows way back in the like high school days, like, or not high school, but university days. And personally, what I found interesting is that Cara came back from like the university days to go see what Joe's up to. And not only did she persuade him to, you know, have an affair, he agreed. And so that's why he had an affair with Cara. Mary Sue didn't know. They kissed, they fell in love, and then Mary Sue caught Joe cheating. One thing led to another. They fell out of love, had woohoo with Kara, and then he fought Mary Sue, which is wholeheartedly the worst thing ever to think about. And then they got divorced. And then Joe moved out because Mary Sue kicked him out of her home. Joe moved into a new old house. He made out with Mary Sue again because he moved in again with like Mary Sue into her apartment. So the one thing that I just realized about Joe and Mary Sue's relationship, that it kind of screams Maddie and Nate's relationship from Euphoria so much that they will literally break up, get back together, date other people, get back together, break up, do the whole thing all over again. And it's so confusing and so messy that it's like, it just screams volume that they are not made for each other at all. And so basically Mary Sue married Joe just because she wanted to and she could. But what I did is I made sure that their bedroom had separate beds, that they weren't sleeping together, but they were just separate in the same room. So I'm having Mary Sue actually go visit Daniel Pleasant because right now, Mary Sue, are you good? Where are you going? Oh, you're going too? And you're going too? Oh, the whole family is going. The whole fam is going to go see Daniel Pleasant. This shall be interesting because Joe doesn't really know much about Daniel, but he knows very, very, very like little about him. Like he doesn't even know who he is. But I'm pretty sure when he sees him, they're not gonna like each other at all. But it's funny that our cat is in the car with us in the back seat as our child. Like the fact that these two are elders is so crazy. Okay, he's smiling, but hey, oh, no, he's not smiling no more. Okay. No way. Personally, I can leave my game unpaused and literally just do nothing and let my Sims do whatever they want to do. I did not insinuate that friendly hug. Daniel wanted to hug Mary Sue, so this means like maybe they might be on good terms. Maybe they need to have time apart to understand who they were as individuals rather than as a couple. So I'm thinking that this might lead to a good friendship and may lead to something romantic or maybe like, you know, something down the line. I mean, I don't really know. Maybe they can go on vacation together. Oh, I've longed for this. I've really, really longed for this where Mary Sue and Daniel actually could tolerate each other. This is what I needed. Like his apartment looks so nice. I actually do like it so much. I had built this one time and I don't know if I recorded a video about it or not, but I remember I had renovated this apartment to make it look better for Daniel. And I think that ultimately that Daniel and Mary Sue want to kind of somehow coordinate a trip together with the whole family. More just with the four of them, Mary Sue, Daniel, Lilith, and Angela. Just the four of them, not Ellie. Just the original OG for Pleasance. Because I think this could lead to good friendships or not, but it could be. But we're going to make a group, actually. Manage a group over here. Please, Mary Sue, thank you. Yeah, so we're going to actually take a few of these people out here. Mary Sue, Angela, Daniel, Daryl. No, we're going to take you out. Take you out. And I need to like rename this family. Actually, I'm going to delete the whole group. Let's make a new family called the OGs. Because I want them to go on vacation together just to like bond, you know? So we're just gonna take Angela and then we're going to take, let's see, where are you at? Daniel, and then Lilith is all the way down here. So we'll take all of you four for the family. And then I don't know how many Sims we can have in like, we have 8, up to 8 Sims. Okay. Let's name this one, It's Okay. It's Okay. That's the It's Okay family. So it's Anne with Mary Sue. We'll take Angela because It's Okay, gotta bond a little bit more. We'll take her parents with us as well. Because we need to bond a little bit more with her parents anyway. Let's see if we can flirt and charm. Because personally, I think this could lead to a good relationship. Joe's a bit of a player. He loves money, he loves fortune, he only married Mary Sue for money to begin with, and he will only do anything for money. Which is like not ideal for a person that I find that Joe needs to move it along. He needs to find someone that he can cherish and will love him back for who he is, but not like be mean to him at all. So maybe if we like do a pet kiss and sweet talk, this could lead to a good relationship maybe. Ooh, kiss her hand, tender kiss up the arm. You know, here's my thinking. If Mary Sue does a pet kiss to Daniel, I feel like in my mind, if her kids Angela and Lilith see them back together, this could probably be a good thing for the family where they all can be in the same room together without having to have an altercation, which we don't need. I don't like confrontation at all in real life or in The Sims. And so seeing their parents get back together might be good, but in a sense, their family was already dysfunctional to begin with. That I don't see them ever getting back together. They're more so just there as roommates. Because Joe has had it up to like literally up to the roof of his head and to oblivion that he cannot tolerate Mary Sue's presence anymore. They've dated not once but twice on different occasions. They've been married twice. They've cheated on each other 4 times at this point. And I think ultimately he needs to have a life for his... Oh. I'm sorry. What? That is crazy. What in the world? Yeah, Mary Sue, don't be shocked. You saw this coming. You knew what you're signing up for. This is the second. Actually, this is technically her 3rd divorce. This is her 3rd divorce, but they feel happy about this. They have a good memory out of this. Literally, Mary Sue does not care. Broke up with Mary Sue for the 2nd time. At last, I'm rid of that loser. Now I'm free to find someone who's worth my life with, worth spending my life with. Yeah, Joe, you finally got rid of that loser. I mean, you feel happy for marrying Mary Sue. I mean, you had an affair with Lily. It's like, I know this is wrong, but it feels so darn right. Anyway, I'll feel guilty about it later. So like their marriage lasted for at least like a couple of like months at the most. It was a matter of time before they were gonna break up again anyway. So like Joe had a life to live. So I have to tell you a little story about Mary Sue and Joe's relationship and marriage history because it's a little bit messy that I need to tell you like full face. Like I'm not joking, it's messy that I need to explain. So if you remember in the very beginning, Joe was actually conjured up from the matchmaker that Mary Sue hired so that she could marry him, love him, and move in with him in her home. But now here's the thing. In that couple of weeks of like living together, they adopted a kid named Ellie Pleasant, but in that time frame, Joe started slipping away from Mary Sue, and Mary Sue understood what was happening and could notice that he was slipping away and didn't love her that much. Now here's the thing. When they got married in those couple of weeks of dating and like loving each other for a while, Mary Sue hired a lawyer to conjure up a contract to have Joe sign, and in that contract it stated that if you divorce me, I'm suing you for all that you have. And if you leave me and, give me a bad name, I will find you and also make you live with me again. Well, here's the thing. Joe was bad-mouthing Mary Sue in the eyes of society, and Mary Sue has, connections and people in her eyes and her ears to tell her what's happening. And so when she left her mansion to live in an apartment, she found Joe again. And Joe basically lived with Mary Sue again, got married again because he didn't want to get sued. He had no other option. And so in this third time living together, basically, from the mansion to the apartment to now, Joe has started to realize that maybe he's living the life that he doesn't want to live. But he wants to find a way to have a life that that's worth living and spend time with someone that's like worth his time other than Mary Sue, which could be Cara Buckingham. And personally, it could be, but who really knows? And I think that was Mary Sue with her eyes. She is blinded by the love that she has cherished with her kids, her career, her life, and everything, that she doesn't ultimately know what she wants anymore after the divorce of Joe from the first time around and the second affair that she had with somebody else. Along with Joe's affairs too as well. But regardless, I think now that he's in the law career, this could lead to some good juicy gossip and drama that may or may not result into Joe's house being caught on fire in the long run in the future. Because let's be real here, like I said, Mary Sue has connections. She doesn't know what she wants, and she's a little bit sporadic. And so personally, Joe's house in the future might be caught on fire and he may not come out alive. So life is happening. So regardless, like I said, Mary Sue and Joe have a lot of history, and it's a little bit crazy and a little bit quirky, but it's going to happen and it's going to be messy, and it might result into somebody's house being caught on fire. And it might be Joe's, but it also might be Mary Sue. But we ultimately just don't really know it at the end of the day. And so this could lead to good things, and I'm excited for him. He has a cat, Heidi, but I think we should just actually drive home so we can like live our newfound life by ourselves. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really, really happy for Joe. I'm happy that he's finally doing things on his own and seeing where his life lives. But did Mary just go home? Or does she actually move out of the home? If she is still at home, I'm going to scream, because not only is Mary Sue going to move to another place, probably move in with Daniel, this could lead to bad things. Oh, she straight up left. She straight up left the whole house. Wow, okay, I did not see that coming at all. I did not see that coming at all. Mary Sue literally straight up left the building. But either way, as always, I do hope you all enjoyed today's video as much as I did. Please let me know down in the comments below. Are you a Sims 2 stan? Because I sure am. I can play this game day, noon, and night. But the way I play my game is very sporadic and sometimes does not make any sense through video. So hopefully you are kind of like entertained by this, because I have a lot of fun with just like knowing the unknown. I let things happen randomly in my game and then kind of react to it and like go along with it to see what I think could have happened if it happened the way I thought it would happen, if that makes any sense. But regardless, Mary Sue is now a lone wolf, a lone person, and now lives with her parents. And ultimately, I don't really know how that's going to end for them. I feel like with Mary Sue and her relationship with her parents, her kids, her past, husbands and other things could lead down to the path of her not really having life that she wanted, and may end up in a fire, or may end up in a different town and not being associated with Pleasant View anymore. But enough of my rambling. I talk way too much and I talk like a child in the candy store. But regardless, like I said, I hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below as always, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!